got trouble. Folks right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We've surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Yeah, we have trouble, but that's the bad news. The good news is there is a way to fix it and save money. Now, that's not a bad combination. So let's start at the beginning. Back in grade school, where that favorite teacher of yours explained what water was. What an interesting thing water is. Without it, life would not exist. You and I would not be alive. But we're in a little trouble.
Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble.
Let me explain. Remember that formula for water, H2O, 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen, clean, clear, simple. Well, it's clean, clear, and simple everywhere, but here in Lake Havasu, here it's 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen, and hundreds of molecules of other stuff, usually called dissolved solids or salts. I know you thought our water came from the lake. Well, you're wrong. Our city got here too late. All the water in the lake was spoken for long before this River City was a twinkle in Robert McCullough's eye. Every drop of water goes to L.A., Phoenix, and agriculture. It doesn't go to your house. So what does go to your house? Well, it's well water. Been in the ground for thousands of years. Had plenty of time to absorb lots of stuff besides the H2O. Now, I've called on our own professor to help explain this. He's a little like that professor in Back to the Future, but you'll learn to love him.
The process of evaporation is a transformation of a liquid into vapor or a gas. And it's very problematic for our swimming pools. The National Weather Service tells us the evaporation rate for Lake Havasu City is 140 inches. That calculates out to be about 11 feet, 0.6. And that is an amazing amount of evaporation. And all we really mean is when we have a large amount of evaporation, it's very similar to boiling a pan dry on the stove, because the water goes away, becomes water vapor, goes into the atmosphere, but the salts stay on the outer edge of the pan. And any woman that has done any cooking knows how difficult it is to clean up that pan. Well, that pan line, or that salt line on the pan, represents the same thing as the tile line on your swimming pool.
Another way of looking at it is that pot of coffee you make every morning. By afternoon, it's been sitting on the burner for hours, and all the H2O has steamed away, and what's left is just like mud, just like your pool. So to fix it, we just keep adding more water, and by golly, that water we add already is saturated with salts. And talk about pool, we're behind the 8 ball right from the start. A high concentration of salts in your pool, and we just keep adding more. Wow, I have a great idea. Let's just dump it and start fresh. Well, sort of fresh, because remember, any water you add is already saturated to start. And by golly, Miss Molly, look at what all this water wasting is doing to Lake Mead. The water used to be at the top of those intake towers. How much do you think is going to be left for your kids?
Now, what the evaporation rate means to us with the swimming pool is the fact that if we have 140 inches of evaporation, the average swimming pool is only about 4 feet in depth. So we literally evaporate the swimming pool dry 3 times. In a recorded period from 1958 to 1977, the Arizona Metrological Network recorded the evaporation rate for Davis Dam, just outside of Bullhead, Arizona, at 154 inches. That's lots of trouble. But let's just say that the National Weather Service is wrong about their 140 inches. Let's say it's only 8 feet. So if you have a typical swimming pool of 12,000 gallons, in 1 year it's evaporated twice. So that's 24,000 gallons. So either way, it's a lot of water. And evaporation is a big trouble problem for swimming pool.
You got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Where the capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We've surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
The solution is to clean your pool water. Don't dump it. Just like your living room rug. When it gets a little dusty and dirty, you vacuum it or you steam clean it. You don't buy a new rug. Whoever started this idea of dumping thousands of gallons of pool water down the drain should be fired. The Donald wouldn't stand for it, neither should you. If that's what your pool guy wants you to do, play the trump card. Have your pool purified. Just remove all the bad stuff and get back to the clear, clean, and simple H2O and feel great about it.
You got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Where the capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We've surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here. Big trouble.
With a T. Gotta rhyme it with P.
Right here.
And that stands for pool.
The professor is right. You don't have a choice. Empty your pool and put back in it just what you emptied, spend thousands of dollars and gain nothing, or engage Poolwater Purification and get rid of the trouble right here in River City.
You got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Where the capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We've surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Now, if I've made any sense in everything I've told you today, contact us at Poolwater Purification.